coming into this matchup, who would you expect to win this?
So DV9 Aetherium is a very interesting battle. I mean, okay, wait, they're swapping their order. Okay, so I mean, we could talk a little bit about kind of just who's expecting to win this. Now, if you're looking at seeding, obviously DV9 is high. Actually, Aetherium is higher seeded than DV. I no, never mind. DV9 is seeded higher than Aetherium. So, coming from a seeding perspective, we should be like expecting here a DV9 victory. But Aetherium has created some upsets throughout this whole entire season, and it's going to be interesting to see kind of what Aetherium is going to be bringing towards the table here. And I mean, time after time we've seen Aetherium stepping up to the plate, stepping up to opponents, I mean, challenging them. WSC was one of the ones that really kind of caught my eye. They were able to pull off a huge victory on WSC. I mean, was one of the first clans to kind of just be like, you know what? WSC, even though y'all are like the champs from season 1, I mean,
Can't let you roll a second year.
we're gonna put up a fight, and that's what they did. They put up a huge fight against them, and they were able to. I mean, they pulled out strong, 2-1 victory, and they kind of set the tone and gave some encouragement for clans. And like even Ski was saying in his battle when he was gonna go against WSC, was like, you know what, man, I'm confident about this one. They gave them a little bit of confidence. So Aetherium was kind of, the one to tip over the first rock in a sense. And kind of,
yeah, definitely. I feel like you've definitely seen a lot of upsets in these upcoming matches or in the past matches.
Yeah.
And I feel like just anything can happen. Like definitely these unexpected events are just so common in Realm Leagues.
Right. So yeah, we got DV9 versus Aetherium starting off right off the bat here. We got Mythic versus Winter here. And do you know anything about these players here, Yamori?
Besides casting Aetherium, I really don't know a lot about these players, Hawk. So why don't you enlighten us?
Well, it's a good thing I have my core hollow open here. We're gonna start off with Mythic here from DV9 whilst they kind of straggle out here. Mythic, a Zariel player. He plays Gauntlets most of the time here. 24-18 this season, and this season is coming to end here this Wednesday. So this is kind of the best. He's at his best right now. He's at his peak of 24-18. You look at Winter on the other hand, an Orion player. Locked in on the Ryan, of course. 24-98 peak. So similar in terms of skill here. And already starting off, I mean, it's kind of a back and forth between these players here. But you're seeing Winter is getting the upper hand just a little bit here over on Mythic. Winter, though, goes for the ground pound, gets a Seer, lands it, leads to the KO. The first stock for the CB is going to be going towards Aetherium.
And if Mystic wants to be able to bring this back to a comeback, he's going to need to stop Winter to get these big land strings that are coming out. You see a lot of just slow damage, a lot of little moves racking up a lot of damage onto Mystic, but Mystic is unable to get a lot of damage back.
Yeah, Mythic, I mean, he's on his last stock right now, so if it's any time to lock in here for this game number 1, it's definitely right now. You're seeing he's just struggling a little bit to get the KO. He's trying to dance around, but he finally gets it. Chisala into the recovery, gets the KO, puts a nail in the coffin, now has the option of juggling weapons. And, it's still an even game.
You say that he's mainly a Gauntlets player, and we're seeing that here as he's getting a lot of damage. Like, he's been avoiding that bow, just not able to do a lot, and then I feel like that's what's lead him to lose that first stock first. He was just stuck on the bow.
Yeah, good call out there indeed. I mean, his gauntlets was one of the things that, I saw in his core hollow link. I mean, as well too, you look at his top 3 legends, Zariel, Wu Shang, Mordex. That's all Gauntlets characters here. So see him perform right now on his Gauntlets and perform phenomenal, and to try to bring this one back and make this even here for Division 9, it's great. But I mean, Winter, I think he hasn't figured out here for the moment being. He has a damage lead. He's been maintaining the lead, which is great for Aetherium, but it's not a great sign here for DV9. You see the down stick does connect. Winter now gets a Seer, leads to the KO, and the first member is gone. And now we have It's Soul XYZ.
We've seen a lot of big early leads come off in these other matchups, and I'm glad to see that it's a little more tame this time.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of...
I do have a little bit of stats on Its Soul here. 24-29, a Mordex and Onyx and a Wu Shang here. So to see him on this Mordex pick, once again, we're seeing common picks coming in from these guys, at least. Expected picks. We're not seeing anything out of the blue, out of the ordinary. It's like they're locked down on their mains there. They're ready to go for a fight. And right now, definitely, DV9 has to step up the game just a little bit, just a tad little bit here, because they got to try to bring this one back and taking out Winter.
They are, and Winter is doing a really good job on racking up the damage on Soul here. You know, being able to narrowly avoid all of these gauntlet strings with the spear, but then the side light recovery just comes out and ends it.
Yeah, indeed. So that's going to be the first player from both sides now out of the equation. And now we're going to be seeing here another play for Aetherium.
Mystic comes out very strong with that end sig, you know, has an entire stock lead just on white. I feel like this is Aetherium's game to win.
Most definitely. I mean, the lead has already been established, a stock lead, and it all was because of Winter able to kind of just build on top of Mythic, then going over now to its soul, was able to get up a little bit of damage and made it easier for his teammates coming in here. And now Mist, who is a 57 peak, 2398 right now, so just a little bit under that 24 range. Mist, I mean, going to be coming in the second player, has a little bit of easy time here as he goes against its soul. And I mean, that's what you need at the moment here. I mean, this is what Aetherium needs. This is a game Aetherium is playing very well right now. They placed their cards right, and now already we're seeing here Beetle Revolver, the anchor for DV9 coming in now, and he has to take 4 stocks. Yomori, what does DV9 do to bring this one back?
I feel like if you're DV9, you gotta just avoid all of this damage that's happening right now, and it's not looking like they're doing a too good job of doing it. You know, Beetle Revolver just taking a lot of big strings and taking a lot of damage like that stock, and now we're seeing a 3 stock drop from DV9.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a sad thing to see indeed. You're seeing DV9, I mean, they haven't had much showtime, at least in this season. A lot of their battles, some of them has been DQ'd, some of them has been kind of just, you know, they not a lot of people have been, you know, showing up as of late. But to see Beetle Revolver here, I mean, coming in last spot position, has to take all 4 stocks here. It's a hard task, but he's up for it. He's on his last stock, and if it's any moment to lock in, it's right now. But it's a very hard climb to basically you have to 3 stock here, Aetherium. And against, I mean, the performance that we've been seeing so far from Aetherium has been phenomenal. And I mean, I don't know. Beetle Revolver just has to play honestly flawlessly here if he wants to bring this one back.
And especially on that, oh, and the weapon throw comes out. I don't think Beetle Revolver is going to be able to make it back to stage. The GC End Light comes out, and the recovery comes out and finishes off game 1.
Yep. Game 1 going to be going towards Aetherium. Now, this is a 3v3 best of 3, of course, so there is some time to kind of adapt, figure out what you want to do, who you want to put first, who do you want to put second, third, kind of think about the legends, workshop it with your team here, and you know, kind of just figure out what's adaptation needed. I'm interested though into seeing what DV9 brings to the table, because Division 9, I mean, they lost the game number 1 here. You have to lock in this game number 2 if you want to push it to this best of 3. If you want to claim this next game, this game number 2 is a very important game to claim if you want to bring this one back. And it seems like, you know what, they don't care. They're just gonna run it back same order.
I feel like that confidence is going to be what they're going to need to win this, but I don't know if the skill is going to be there to back it up.
So you're seeing now kind of a little swaps. Ooh, now we're seeing the swaps here coming in. And it's a very interesting thing. I mean, kind of just analyzing Aetherium's lineup into kind of what they were bringing out that first game. They had one of their best players in the front, which is Winter. Winter is arguably on their lineup, on their 3v3 lineup, one of their best players, I think, in terms of elo-wise. In terms of, I mean, kind of this game now we're seeing Wabi now going to be getting some game time. Now I'm going to be able to play the game a little bit. So,
yeah, a little bit of side info. Winter offered Wabi if you wanted to play the game.
I mean,
Seeing similar map bans come out here, we might be going back to the Small World's End pick that looked like it favored Red Team.
yeah.
We might have to go back, though.
Yeah, I think we're going back. Kind of just switching up the order a little bit. Okay. So. Okay, they say they're good. Okay, so they're going to be running it back, same lineup. They don't care, they're going to be running it back.
Wabi says aura farming.
Aura farming is crazy.
Again, we're seeing. When is the last time that you've seen a Cassidy be played, Hog?
A very long while. Like Cassidy, it's a very rare kind of legend to be played. I mean, Hammer is great. The blasters, though, is kind of where downside, I think.
Yeah.
But I do think, I mean, looking at the order now, having Beetle Revolver is definitely, I think, their best in the 3v3s. Speaking in terms of elo wise, Beetle Revolver is sitting at pretty decent elo. He's at 2480 peak. So I mean, I'm not surprised here to see DV9 kind of focus on Winter a little bit, put Beetle Revolver, try to see if he can neutralize Winter, because remember, the reason why DV9 lost that game number 1 was simply because Aetherium Winter was able to build such an amazing lead starting off, and right now he's doing that, like, we're seeing this here in this game number 2.
I feel like a lot of the Mystic was able to get 4 stocks off though. I feel like if blue team, if Aetherium, if DV9 is able to just get off that, the Mystic shutdown, like completely just worked through the stocks, I feel like if they're able to get through Mystic, then they might be able to get through Wabi as well.
Yeah, everything. So Wabi is also, I mean, we haven't seen Wabi in game number 1. So we don't know a lot about them, but we do see them locking a Mugi here. And I mean, if they're in the anchor position spot, obviously, they can clean up. They're at least decent. But we're seeing Winter here. I mean, Winter just doesn't care. He wants the MVP badly, and he already got MVP in game number 1, and he's looking to solidify getting MVP here in the 3v3s, because the way he's been playing has been phenomenal. Already able to take out Beetle Revolver's first stock. Second stock maybe soon to follow here, if Beetle Revolver doesn't lock in on the blasters right now and try to see if they can clear him against Winter.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like a very strong lead from Aetherium again for the second time in the row. The NSIG comes out. Beetle Revolver has a pretty high hill to climb, but I feel like it's possible.
Definitely possible, but you gotta lock in here. You gotta lock in, put this hammer to work for sure. And you cannot be getting hit with any big string, anything big right now. Winter, though, hits him with a big D-Light ground pound, leads to the KO. The second member now, it's Soul, gonna be coming in here for DV9. Winter weapon starving, I mean, rightfully so. You gotta pull out all the tricks in the bag if you want to win this one, and he's doing that right now. He wants to win badly. He wants to claim this in a 2-0 victory here for Aetherium. He wants Aetherium to show up. I mean, I believe the last CB that Aetherium had was against Spirit Realm, where they lost 2-1. So they want to kind of build momentum, get their heads back in the game here where it matters, because these are the last 2 weekends here for Season 3. Aetherium wants to build huge momentum, and in order to do that, they have to stomp DV9. They have to create an upset in the making.
They definitely do, I feel like if Aetherium is able to just keep up the lead that they're building here, Winter able to get damage on Soul and just keep the same position that he was in last game, and Mythic just has to repeat what he did to take the Aetherium win on the 3v3 section.
Yeah. I mean, right now you're seeing Winter doing amazing work. Already able to take out the 2 stocks from Beetle Revolver, and now able to take out Soul's first stock. Once again, a repeat from game number 1, where you're seeing Winter performing so well, able to build a lead for Aetherium, and he's still building on this. He's still holding his last stock here very strong. He's getting the damage, and this is what Aetherium needs. So it makes sense, I mean, game number 1, game 2, to see Winter start off in those games here and build such an amazing lead for them. It really just helps the rest of your lineup. And I mean, like we saw in game 1, this is honestly looking like a repeat from game number 1, where honestly Mist could just go crazy and just take out both Soul and also take out Mythic.
Yeah, I mean, Mythic is being weapon starved right now. I feel like if Mist is able to just, if Soul is able to just keep up the lead that he's doing, Mystic is not able to fire back with a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, right now you're seeing kind of just pressure right now, because DV9, they realize game number 1 went towards Aetherium's favor. Game number 2, if it goes towards Aetherium's favor, that's it for the 3s, and we're going to go to 2's action. So DV9 here fighting for their group battle lives here. They're fighting to still try to earn the first point in this battle here, but Aetherium is putting up a hell of a fight. A big NSIG does connect. Sends Soul far away. Can he make it back? No, he can't. The recovery from Mist connects. Soul realizes it, just falls down, and it's all left now to Mythic. Has to take 4 stocks. Same position that Beetle Revolver was basically in game number 1.
I feel like if it's anybody, it's definitely going to be Mythic. With that strong performance against Winter in that first game, I feel like Mythic has a lot to prove. DV9 needs this game to be in the 3v3 running again, but Mystic, Mist is just cooking up with that sight.
Yeah, Mist versus Mythic here. I mean, ooh, Mist is actually just, I mean, he's cooking up right now. Huge. You saw that huge side string that he was able to pull off on Mythic. Mythic, though, he's over on the gauntlets, the signature gauntlets. You guys see, he had this kind of read, but nothing more. Big side sig, though, does connect. The end sig connects.
Big.
The weapon throw, though, doesn't land, but he picks up now the bow. The big down sig doesn't connect. Miss, though.
We're seeing a disconnect from Mist.
And I mean, hey, those happen. It's on an online setting, so these connection issues, it does happen. But
And Mythic just able to get a very big gauntlets combo off on Wabi. You know, this is a player that we haven't seen a lot, Hawk. What do you know about him?
Well, Wabi, I believe, I remember like a while ago, Wabi was actually a part of Kingdom C. But I think they recently took a break, and then now they're kind of back in action here. And Wabi is actually 2508. So 2500.
Player, the best player elo wise that we see here.
And then their highest legend is the Amugi with a level 48, alongside tied with the Val for level 48 as well too. So I mean, Mythic does have a lot. I mean, that they have to bring back here, but you know, they're kind of off a challenge. But I mean, it's gonna be a hard task to take out someone like an Amugi as well too. The defense, it's huge. I mean, that side sig does KO though.
Like it just barely KO'd.
It really just barely KO'd. Yeah.
See that the explosion, the momentum was just about to slow down as he got one off the map, and Mythic is just able to work with these gauntlets. You know, he needs this. DV9 needs this one matchup.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. DV9 needs this matchup in order to kind of just bring this back to kind of game number 3 here. The big down stick, though, doesn't connect. Getting down to the last moments here. It's up to Mythic to clutch this one up. Big gauntlet string, though. Wabi goes for the down sig. Mythic is bringing it back. Look at these strings. Look at these combos. Hit after hit now. Now we're seeing the great sword. The read. He gets a KO. And Wabi solidifies the threes. Aetherium is going to be getting your first point here in this crew battle. But we're going to be getting into 2v2 action here. Let me actually put up the polls for y'all. My fault, y'all. So it was a 50-50. Aetherium, though, able to take the 3v3. So that's why you're seeing here a point up on the board. We're going to be getting into 2v2 action here. Make sure to go ahead and vote up in the prediction. And who do you think is going to win this one? I mean, we saw an amazing start coming in from Aetherium. They're able to claim the threes here, but this is a kind of, it's a multi-game mode clan battle where we have ones action, you have crew battle action, you also have 2v2 action here, and that's what we're up for here. 2v2 action, and I love me some 2v2 action here. Yumori, talk about these two teams. Talk about kind of the team compositions that we have here from DV9 and Aetherium.
I mean, you're seeing two very normal comps. You're seeing an Onyx Satori from Aetherium, and you're seeing a Rayman Wushang, which is an even more common composition from DV9. But you're seeing the players behind the more common composition, just Amped and the Moist Sniper God, able to just work through these stocks. You know, picking it up, and the players that I know Amped from a lot of matchups. I've played against Amped, I've seen a lot of Amped's matches, and Amped is just able to just cut through these stocks like nothing, as well as Moist Sniper got able to just work through with his SIGs as well.
Yeah, indeed, and I mean, you talk about kind of just, you know, matches a little bit here. We got an Onyx and Hattori. I want to talk about the Onyx a little bit here. Nor, I mean, Onyx, very common 2's legend here. Nor is actually, in terms of 2v2 Zillow, this is his partner here, Zintex. We're just gonna call him, yeah, I guess we call him Zintex. Yeah, Zintex. They're 24/70 as a team together. But one important thing that I kind of want to point out here, Amped has a Onyx. Actually, he does play Onyx, so he used to play Onyx. I'm not sure if he still does, but he does play Onyx here. So I wonder if the knowledge from that Onyx is going to help him out here in this gameplay. I'm assuming it would help him out in this matchup against Nor and Zintex here.
Yeah, definitely, and we're seeing a lot more of 7 being played by Amped, and you know, just that canon knowledge that you're able to have is looking very good, and Amped able to just cut through Zintex's stocks, you know, already on that orange, as DV9 is up 2 stocks completely.
Yeah, and this is definitely a change of pace compared to the crew battle, where we saw kind of just Winter was able to just have an amazing start, and it kind of led to a cascade of Aetherium in order to get that victory there. But now we're seeing here in the 2v2s, change of pace, change of action, where we're seeing DV9 now taking control and kind of being the better team, honestly, against a team that has played together and has played many ranked matches together and able to climb the queue with one another and reach to, I mean, amazing heights like 2470 as a team together.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing Aetherium kind of slowly trying to make it back, trying to get this one a little bit more closer. But I think the damage has already been done, Yomori, and it's honestly a matter of time until we see these last stocks here fall.
I definitely think so, and I don't know if Amped and Moist Sniper God are a team, but they're able to pull off a lot more as a team than the actual team has been able to in this matchup.
Yeah, indeed, and rightfully so. So they're kind of bringing, you know, the punch to the challenge as well, to the challenges as well too. So we're gonna be seeing here, if we're gonna be seeing a swap, I already see a swap coming in from Zintex. You're now seeing from the Hattori going over to level 69 Kaya. So definitely gonna be interesting to see how this one's gonna go down. But I mean, swaps we've seen, I mean, many times teams have tried to make some swaps throughout, you know, the clan battle in order to kind of make an adjustment, and it's really just kind of adjusting to your opponents, and that's why this 2v2s is a best of 5 as well, so you can kind of just have that time to really adapt with your partner against the what you call it, against the opponents. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Amped here to see if he actually played with this guy, but
My brawlhalla is not working at all.
yeah, it's okay, I got you, but I need to get this guy's name. Moist Sniper God. Moist Sniper.
You know, we're seeing a very big damage lead on Zinthix coming out from DV9, and it's looking like another pretty early lead. You know, we don't have a lot of damage off on Noir right now, but we're just seeing a lot of team damage coming out from DV9 as they're able to rip through Zinthix's first stock.
Yes, I do have a little bit of information on kind of Moist Sniper God, because he's kind of the wild card in this. Level 59 Rayman, so that's what we're seeing right now on the screen. Level 59 Rayman, but he's actually never played with Amped before. However, there is one thing to point out. Moist Sniper God does have 2 team ratings of both high 2400s. So, you know, that kind of, I guess, comes to play that he's just overall a great 2s player, and maybe, I mean, maybe they, I don't know, maybe they've been doing 2v2 spars with one another, maybe it's been customs or something like that, but in terms of ranked 2v2s, Amped and Moist here haven't been doing a lot as a team together, but they're still able to fight off a team that has played with one another before, and a team of Nor and Zintex. And to see that is actually pretty surreal. Because many times, I mean, in many CBs, there have been like kind of makeshift teams put together last minute here, which is what we're seeing coming out from DV9. But then we've also seen teams of, like, pre-made teams of, like, Aetherium. And usually it's those pre-made teams that have the upper hand with the synergy and all of that. They're able to have the upper hand on those makeshift teams. But here, different story, different case. Already starting off in this game number 2, we're seeing Amped in his teammate of Moist is able to just still hold their first stocks in phenomenal fashion.
Yeah.
I cursed that, but still.
Moist is able to work through with his axe off stage, just able to get Zinthix into that yellow to orange area on his first stock. You know, we're seeing a complete stock lead up from DV9 like they did last game. It's just looking like another DV9W.
And I mean, right now, the damage that is being racked up from DV9 is completely overwhelming the red team at the moment here. Completely overwhelming Aetherium. The handoffs have been amazing. We're seeing follow-up after follow-up. You're not seeing big team combos, but you're definitely seeing those 1-2s, those alley-hoops, and the big down stick connects from here from Moist. The ground pound connects both of them.
It's just a 2v1 with 1 stock. Noir has a 4-stock comeback to make, and I don't think that he's up to the task.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard one, given that even in the 2v2, you're seeing kind of red team struggle to fight this team of Amped and Moist. But Noir just has to, I guess he has to play it on the edge, like he's doing right now. He has to try not to get hit. And any of these combos, any of these big combos, you see that blue team kind of went for a combo there. But because they don't have that 2 synergy with one another, you can't, they're not able to pull off anything too big. They're not able to fully capitalize off that moment. And Nor lives for another day here. But you're seeing damage being racked up here.
You know, we're seeing just a lot of positioning. A lot of positioning coming out from Aetherium or Noir in that 2v1, just able to avoid it, but just it wasn't enough.
Yeah, most definitely. And well, you know, both players, Moist and Amped. Amped, I believe, 25-37 peak Moist Sniper God actually 24-24 peak. So I mean, once again, when it comes down even to 1v1, sometimes in 2v2s, you know, players tend to opt for two separate 1v1s. And try to go for that two separate 1v1s and hopefully win that two separate 1v1s. And maybe time after time they would swap, you know, with one another. One would go after the other, one would go after the other one, and maybe they'll try to win the victory like that. And you know, for these makeshift teams, sometimes we see these tactics being, you know, utilized. But Amped and Moist Sniper God, honestly, the way that they're playing honestly more synergized than even Nor and Zintex.
Yeah,
Who's a
they're
non-actual
looking
team.
they're looking really good, you know. Amped and Moist able to just get those team combos off that Aetherium is not able to do. You know, just able to work through the stocks very fast with the large amount of damage that the characters are able to do.
Right.
Just very well-known characters are able to be like they're common for a reason.
Yeah, most definitely. And once again, another swap, a complete swap here, coming in from Team Aetherium. Double spear this time. We have the Bryn, we have the Hattori. I believe Zintex going back to that game 1 pick,
Yep.
whilst we're seeing Nor lock in here over on the Bryn, giving up that Onyx. And you know, I think it's definitely a better play, given, like you said, like I said, starting off in game number 1, Amped does have some Onyx knowledge and also does play the 7, so the cannon knowledge, you can't really fully utilize that cannon here anymore in this matchup because simply Amped is just that good on that cannon and he knows about those cannon strings, he knows how to avoid them. And now we're seeing here complete swap from these two past games here where Aetherium for the first time in the 2v2s is able to start off with an amazing lead on Division 9.
It's looking like Red Team is able to just work with the double spear very well. You know, Zentix looking like he's able to lock in with the spear, able to do a lot more damage on Amped and Moist God, and they're just able to get a lot more damage with the combos that they're able to pull off stage.
Yeah, indeed. And you know, I mean, like you say about just kind of looking at Team Aetherium a little bit here, one thing I kind of wanted to point out before, Nor was a little bit damaged at one point. He was the least damaged on the field. And that kind of just, you know, it goes to show how him swapping off from the Onyx over to this Bryn was definitely a great play coming in from the red team here. And now starting off, Amped is gone down to his last stock, whilst we're seeing Moist is still holding on to his second here. Big lead coming in from Team Aetherium. This is definitely their moment if they want to bring this game back into favor. If they want to bring this set back into favor here, this is the moment they need to lock in.
If I'm DV9 here, I need to just calm my nerves. You can't let this lead work through them. But I feel like DV9 is just not in a great position. You know, Moist Sniper got able to just not hold on to that stock like he was able to in all of these past matchups.
Yeah. Big recovery though from Zintex. Doesn't get anything big here. The down sig though from Moist. So Nor's trying to take out Moist stock as quickly as possible. Amped is just trying to play around. He realizes that position he is on his last here. He's just going to try to clean up against Aetherium now. Gets the pogo, nothing more. The weapon throw from Zintex does connect on his teammate though, but Amped is still being racked up on damage. He is the most damage on his, well actually he's not the most damage, but he's on his last stock. The big down sig sends him even further away. Amped is playing for his life right now. He wants to be there for his teammate. He wants to be there for Moist. He wants to be there to support him, but he's in a very bad spot right now. Hand off, the big side sig. It doesn't connect from Amped though.
It's not looking too good for blue team. They aren't able to get Zinthex's stock, and he's just able to rack up a lot of damage onto Amped. We're gonna need to see a kill on Zinthex and then a team combo come out for an even chance for blue team to win this game.
Yeah, but you've seen the big delights here from Zintex. Sends Amped further away, but Moist is trying to interrupt. He's trying to kind of take pressure off of his teammate. Amped though makes it back, gets a recovery, takes out Zintex. But you're seeing Nor was trying to avoid the 2v1 combo. You realize it's that position 18. Zintex gets a recovery. Amped gets sent up in the air. You're seeing Nor, W interrupt coming in from him. But the recovery from Nor able to take out Amped. And now Moist is left now in this 2v1 position. If he wants to claim this in the 3-0 victory here for DV9, he needs to play this almost perfectly. Look at the damage he's in. He's done most damage on the field here. And for a team that has the synergy, for the team, once again, they've played multiple games with each other. They've climbed the rank queues with one another. It's still going to be a hard matchup regardless here in this 2v1 spot. And you're seeing Moist is playing a perfect job. He's playing it on the edge. He's going for a game. He gets the ground pound. Oh my god, there.
He gets back to that weapon, is able to pick it up, but the end light just comes out. And I feel like the map pick from them, from DV9, was kind of the cause of their downfall here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, double spear. I mean, if you're sending spear players, if you're leaving platform, what are these maps?
What are these
Mishima
maps?
Dojo, small
It's
terminus,
small
and apocalypse.
terminus,
We better
apocalypse.
go apocalypse. I do not want to see a Mishima Dojo or a small terminus.
Oh my
What are
god,
we
we're going to terminus.
You know what? It was Aetherium deciding that. That's actually crazy. Small terminus is wild. It's actually absurd. But
It's
once again, a triplat, similar to Miami Dome, we're seeing another triplat come into the mix here. And like you mentioned, the map pick not really working in the favor of DV9. Spare plays, I mean, you got those platforms, you can get those kind of just extended combos with the D-Lights and all of that. I mean, it catches at that range, it catches at that diagonal range. It's gonna benefit Aetherium huge right now.
With Noir being the person on Aetherium that was able to just hold on to their stocks for the first 2 losses, I feel like that swap onto Bryn, able to hold on for the stocks even longer while Zenthix is able to get that damage like he was unable to. It's just a better position for Red Team at this point.
Yeah, indeed, and right now, I mean, it is currently 2-1, so Aetherium showing that they have a fighting chance, but if they want to claim this clan battle in a 2-0 victory against DV9, they need to win this game 4, and they also need to win the game 5. Now we're seeing here synergy coming out from the Aetherium side now. We're seeing them kind of wake up a little bit. They heard my words. They heard the caster speak. And they said, you know what? We're going to prove you wrong here. They're showing us right now why they are a team together and why they have been playing the rank and why they're at the position that they're in the rank queues.
Aetherium here's a 2,000 rated player talking and was like, alright, let me shut
Alright,
this guy
bro.
up.
Okay, bro. Okay. That's actually absurd. That's actually shade.
Listen, am I wrong?
You're actually wrong. I'm not even 2,000, bro. Actually
Didn't
wrong.
Didn't you get 2K with Koa?
Okay, that's in twos, but we don't count twos. Well, we gotta talk back to this 2v2 gameplay here. Let's talk about what's going on. Look at Zintex holding his stock, man. Like the GOAT that he's holding his stock, and this is coming in huge here for DV9. Big and sick coming from Nor, sends Moist far away. Huge unarmed.
GCD sig. And it's not working. It's not working for DV9.
Yeah.
DV9 needs to be able to get that synergy like they looked like they had in the first 2 games. They need it back. They need to be able to get these stocks.
Yeah.
But it's not looking like it's happening.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the team composition swap coming from Aetherium, pulling in huge clutch right now in his best of 5, and it just shows how, I mean, teams can adapt to other teams here in the best of 5 and just bring it back huge. Dominating 3 stock coming in from Zintex, and he's still holding the 2nd stock here very strong. If I'm blue team right now, I'd be looking to try to take out Nor and send this back a little bit even. But look at Amp's health right now. Big side sig from Zintex. Nothing more. Amps is playing on the edge. He has to play on the edge. He doesn't want to get hit at all. But he finally gets out Nor. This is the moment they need. The NC doesn't connect though.
They need to get Zinthex's 2nd stock out before Amp takes his.
No.
They're just gonna need anything, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, indeed. And once again, a 2v1 spot here. Amps, I mean, you know, leaving his opponent, leaving his teammate again in this 2v1. Big side sig from Nor. Not taking out his teammate, but sends him far away. I mean, you gotta take the team damage as well, too. Yeah, I mean, take anything you get here, Moist, because you're on your last, you're deep in the red. The ground pound, the recovery does connect, but the end light sends him far away. Moist realizes he can't make it back, and we got here, Yamori, a game number 5.
And this is completely unexpected. You know, you see those first 2 games from DV9 and you just expect them to be able to take it. No character swaps across the entire board again. DV9 just needs to be able to bring it back.
Yeah, indeed. So, I mean, right now, it's looking pretty, I mean, it started off to look in favor of DV9, but then, yeah, it started off to look in favor of DV9. And then it just completely, I mean, the coin has been flipped. Aetherium now taking the lead, and it's, if you're Division 9 right now, you have to claim the W in the 2s in order to push it to the 1v1 and at least have a fighting chance. And for this deep in the tournament, for this deep in the leagues, honestly, you cannot go out in a 2-0 fashion. Even if you go out in 2-1, that's better. You know, you still at least get a game on your record. But going out in a 2-0 just hurts so much more in this position. And Aetherium is looking for this 2-0 because they realize, I mean, the position that they're in here in the leagues, they need every little bit of it. They need this momentum, given after, I mean, the loss against Europe in 2-1, I believe in, what was it, round 6.
But we're
What an
seeing
interrupt.
what seems to be a conforms of a DV9 trying to lock in. You know, we're seeing a lot more damage come out on Zinthix, and I feel like that's what they're going to be able to do because Zinthix was the one that was able to rack up all that damage and take all of those stocks off of DV9.
Yeah, indeed. And honestly, I mean, I'm not too sure about Zintex Elo, but I know Nor, he's about 2400, and I think even if this makeshift team kind of tries to separate Aetherium a little bit and kind of get to those two 1v1s, they can maybe succeed in that position. But it's still going to be a very close game across the board here. And I mean, like we're seeing, DV9, game 5 position now. They have a lead, and it's because Moist is able to hold his first stock here. But maybe he might be soon to fall, but he's racking up damage, and this is what you need to do. If you're on this position off your first stock and you're building up damage, you need to just build up, get all the extra credit you need right now. Throw out those signatures, get those hits out of there, because you're gonna need it. Amps, though, he's on his second stock, and I mean, look at the health, look at the position he's in.
Hold on to it. It's not looking good, but Moist able to get a lot of damage off. You know, both of red team in orange as he's in white. He needs to be able to get one of these stocks so that he can bring it back to an even stock lead.
Yeah, and I mean, not even stock lead. Look at the position that Aetherium is in right now. If they're able to take out those two stocks, that's going to be huge, and that's going to be lead back in their... The ball is going to be back in their court, but they need to take them out. They need to take out, first of all, Zintex first, and then try to see if they can take out Nor. But look at that! The interrupt again! Second interrupt for this match. I think the second interrupt, at least what I saw here. But big side say, able to take out Nor. They're looking to take out Zintex now. Down sig does connect! And the lead has been built. The lead is there.
Red team needs to be able to get amp stock. I mean, they've proved that they're able to take amp stocks early and leave Moist Sniper God in those 2v1 situations that he just is not able to win.
Right, indeed. So when it comes down to that 2v1, big handoff! The
comes out.
sig! Huge stuff coming in from Aetherium. This could be Aetherium game to win. We talked about the lead that the Vision 9 was able to build in this game number 5. But look at Aetherium now. Flipping back the coin in their favor.
It's not looking too good from DV9. You know, they had that lead, but Amp's stock was just able to be taken so quick that he wasn't able to capitalize off it.
Yeah, and now you're seeing here, everyone's on their last stock, but Moist is going to be coming in a fresh stock here, and he has to fight here a 2v1. Now, if how you play these 2v1s is simple, you just kind of hang around on the edge. You try your best not to get hit. But there we go, team combo, but they've dropped it.
They dropped it. You know, Moist able to get that axe, just stalling, trying to get those situations to where he's not working with a 2v1, he's working with two separate 1v1s. Yeah. He's going to need to rack up this damage on Zinthix, which he's been able to do.
Nice handoff though, the ground pound. He kind of avoids it, but the big there. But the ground pound. Moist still makes it back though, but look at the damage. It's being racked up. We're getting down to the last moments here. Do we see DV9 bringing this one back, or do we see Aetherium claiming it in a 2-0?
You know, like you said, this is really what the GC Ensig coming out. The dare misses, the Pogo misses. Moist Sniper, he misses the side sig.
He's playing it around. The ground pound sends him so far away.
Two weapons, he's just unable to make it back.
Oh my goodness, Aetherium claiming the W. 2-1. 2-0, sorry. 2-0. 3-2 in the 2v2s. In a 2-0 victory in the 3s. What a performance coming in from Aetherium, showing up and creating the upset against DV9.